Well, there goes Jonathan and the FlyPod e-bike. If you haven't seen the FlyPod e-bike, check out some of our other videos. And right now what he's doing is just kind of acclimating himself to this, to the throttle and stuff. We're trying to get a little bit of the heebie-jeebies out. They're always nervous for their first flight, and that's understandable. Anybody that comes in is a little bit nervous, but we try to take things in baby steps when we come out here, so the guys really put the puzzle together and they're not just thrown into the air. We just start getting them used to the throttle, getting used to the sound of the motor, how fast it accelerates, how much lag time there is, and just kind of let them get comfortable with it. What it's like to steer with your feet like that. And then we get out here and start doing taxiing. And when that starts going good, we get them right in the air. We start, I'm in a headset with them, talking to them every step of the way. If something doesn't look good, I just ask them to kill the motor. You really never have to fear the launch, especially during training, because I'm right in your ear. And if you just kind of listen to what I'm telling you, you'll never have an issue. We have a couple of videos that you really want to look at before you do come in for your flight training. You want to look at how to launch a powered paraglider Tri-Captain Kurt style, how to land, and how to taxi. If you subscribe to my channel, you'll see those videos and a whole lot more. This is the first flying e-bike in the world. We came out with it last year. FlyPod has been making it. We have the Gen 4 FlyPod. This is a Gen 4 frame with the e-bike attachment. So FlyPod is in its fourth generation of making trikes, and it has been the best-selling trike on the market for four generations now of changes. And this is the latest now with a nice big bucket seat. You'll see some of our old ones with like a boat seat on, which worked really good. But there's been some good advancements by having that bucket seat, more visibility, more pilot forward, and we got room and space behind the seat for storage. Now he doesn't, this is the e-bike. You'll notice that front motor, that's actually the motor, couple 1,000-watt motor. We don't have his battery pack on yet, because while they're in for training, we're not using the e-bike section of it, and I like them to be able to run their wires. When they hook them up, the battery straps to that, and then some guys like to run their wires a certain way and where they mount things, and it'll have a couple of handles down here, so when he flies and lands somewhere, he's not stranded. He can just keep going in one direction, and then when he packs up his wing, he can stow it behind here, or he can hang it in its stuff sack on the back of the propellers, and then he'll reach down, and there'll be like a motorcycle grip right here, where he's just going to roll, and on the other side there's brakes. And so he can ride through town. You'll get about a 20, I've got, with my body weight, and when I first test drove it, I was about 230 pounds, and it got me a good 25 miles, and I still had one more light on the battery left, but I went 25 miles on it on a single charge. It doesn't take long to charge, and then with the motor and my body weight at that, I was averaging about 24 miles an hour. It's not real fast, but it gets you through town. If you watch those other videos, you'll see that. He's about $190, so he's gonna climb like a homesick angel. And again, FlyPod has been the best seller out there. It's got features that aren't found on the other brands. This is just one of their versions. They have a double-seater called the FlyPod X. We have the Beach Pod, and we have the Gen 4. And they're all coming with, well, except for the FlyPod X, they're coming with this frame, the Gen 4 frame now, with the big bucket seats and the cushioned seats. And of course, my favorite of all, the power plant of all, is that 313cc motor with a 4-bladed propeller system. And of course, if you've seen any of my other videos, I don't know if you have or not, but Fresh Breeze is the oldest company in existence for a reason. Everything else out there, the only way I can describe it is Harbor Freight. It's shiny, and people fall for it, becomes some YouTube celebrities flying that brand. Well, what they don't know is if they're a YouTube celebrity, a lot of times they're getting one for free if they have 1 million subscribers. So they'll get a pile of them and then carry another brand, but this is just a workhorse. There's over 12.5 features that are on this motor that are not found on any other brand out there. They're the quietest motor. That's the biggest motor being used. You've got a stiff, rigid, double ring cage. We're not trying to bend a tent pole and slide it through a sheath, string on netting and tighten up stuff. These are all integrated inside here, inside there. Beautiful welds, beautiful finish on these, and they're literally a work of art. Totally different carburation system. You may have noticed this from other brands. You see where our gas tank's at? We invert our motor, we get better airflow over in large cylinder heads, which the other ones don't have. So we get better cooling characteristics. We mount our tank at the top, so we no longer need a primer bulb to get it up, a fuel pump to keep it running, and a diaphragm to pump it into the motor. There's 3 things that can go wrong on the other brands, and they do, that are eliminated. We got a good old-fashioned float bowl. We get twice the fuel efficiency. It's got smooth throttling instead of jumping from low to high. We've got rounded carbon fiber props, which make it extremely quiet, and they're scimitarred. We have prop hub stabilizers. The other ones don't have that. We have a triple-sectioned, triple-jointed exhaust system, which the other ones don't have. High-energy ignition system. A foam-filled snorkel silencer on the intake, which the other ones don't have. Nickel seal-coated cylinders. I mean, the list just goes on and on. And if you're looking for something that's dependable and you'll always have the availability of parts with, Fresh Breeze is the one you want to consider, not only because of the quality, but you want to be able to get parts and anything for it later on. You just go back. There you go. Yep, there you go, and you're good. So this is how you disconnect your motor from it. When you get good at it, it's about a 4-minute job, and this will all break down and fit in the back of his car. This is only technically his second day out on the field here. We've been having a little bit of wind, so we came out this morning, we had wind. So tonight, this was our second time out the wind. So he's still learning how to take his motor on and off the machine. And it's very easy. We have this special bracket system. By the way, if you have a different motor and you want to go with it, as long as your motor's strong enough, you can mount it on here. We can make any mounts or make it work with any motor you pick. And keep in mind, if you buy any one piece of equipment from us, whether it's a motor, a trike, or a wing, you get unlimited training for life. So instead of buying, paying for training, get a piece of equipment that saves you money, has more fun, and does all that. Love to hear from you. Our phones are open from 8 in the morning until midnight, and give us a call. Love to see you down here. We're taking students on right now. We've got openings for students. We're down here from October until May every year. So if you need training, sign up now. We'll fit you in right away. There's none of this 10-month waiting period. We'll get you in and get you going here. If you didn't buy equipment from us at all, at this point in time, we're charging $2,500 for training, and that's everything. It's lifetime training. You pay one time and you get as much as you need forever. You can learn aerobatics later, you can learn tandem, you can just get as much as you want. If you buy a whole setup from us, we train your entire family, your spouse, your kids, and anybody. So I do thank you for joining us. If there's any questions you have, keep us in mind. God bless.